everyone, I am doing my video post this week on mandated reporting, and I am focusing on the state of Pennsylvania. That's where I live and work. So in the state of Pennsylvania, the Child Protective Services law, which covers mandated reporting, went through a major overhaul in 2014 in response to the scandal involving Jerry Sandusky at Penn State. So various groups got together and looked at the existing laws and made a lot of recommendations for changes to the legislature in the state. And so a new law was passed and has been implemented related to Child Protective Services law, but also in connection to mandated reporting. The major change for mandated reporting is who is considered a mandated reporter. That role has really broadened in the state of Pennsylvania and includes pretty much anyone who has contact with or who has the potential to have contact with children in any of their work or volunteer duties. So that would be school or church volunteers, youth sports coaches, anyone who facilitates any kind of activity involving youth. So like even if there was a volunteer in a school who wasn't specifically working with children, just because they were in the school, they would be required to be mandated reporters under the new law. And so part of the implementation of the new law included requiring criminal and child abuse clearances being done for anyone who was considered in that mandated reporting law. And then it also set out a training that all mandated reporters had to go through. And this was a very about 4 hours long that anyone who is a mandated reporter was required to go through, and they received a certificate afterwards, and all organizations statewide were subject to an audit that all relevant. So one of the big focuses of the training child abuse or neglect is suspected. The law is very, very clear now that people are not supposed to report things to their supervisors or directors. If you're a mandated reporter and you observe something or a child discloses something to you, you are required to be the one to make the report about that suspicion. And that report can be done over the phone, as has always been offered. And then if you call over the phone, obviously over the phone, there is a report that you have to do on paper. The state has now offered making a report online, and all of the information that you give online will cover the report that you used to have to give. So they really did, the state made reporting concerns much easier for people with internet access. And then certainly, many organizations still have policies in place, including where I'm doing my field placement, where you still talk to your supervisor about what happened, or your director, whoever might be overseeing you. And there are still chains of command for that, but it does not take away your personal responsibility for calling and making the report. Another thing that does get covered in the training and even in the law is that mandated reporters are permitted to be confidential sources. The training does encourage mandated reporters to still provide their name and their contact information. There's a way where you can say you wish to remain confidential, but still provide your information. That way, when the Children and Youth Agency goes out to investigate your report, ask follow-up questions or get more information if that's determined to be needed. So those are the main points that I wanted to cover with Pennsylvania mandated reporting. I did want to pose a question for everyone to think about and respond. Even in situations where you can be confidential, I think there are times where clients will guess who made the report against them. And so I would love to hear some feedback about how you would handle a situation where you did have to report suspected child abuse, but you also were pretty sure that the alleged perpetrator would know you were the one who did it. How would you handle that, either before making the report or after the fact? So thanks in advance for your feedback.